Hi there, my name's Lucy. I'm one of the team at PTFS Europe. And for what's on my mind this week, I'm going to look at the saved search filters in Koha. So this feature was introduced in 2211, so it's been around a little while, but it is switched off by default. So it might be one of those things that you just haven't noticed, you haven't picked up, is available. So if I come across into Koha administration, I'll show you how you actually switch this on. So it is a system preference, like many things in Koha. I just search for saved search. Should show us our system preference, save search filters, and you'll see got that enabled, just a simple enable disable switch. There is a permission that's associated with this feature. So if you didn't want it to be globally available to everybody, you can limit down who can see this feature via that permission instead for staff users. Okay, so first thing to look at is where we would see the saved searches. So if I run a very simple search here on the catalogue, brings back some results. You save your searches. You create your filters from this link here underneath your search results header. We'll come back to that in a little bit when we create one. And you see any saved search filters underneath or in the same area as you see the other facets that you have for filtering. So custom search filters here, and I've got one that I've already created here, which is based on a date range. So anything published in the last 10 years. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another custom search filter, but for more recent published material, so one for the last 5 years. So to do that, I need to start on a fresh search, on a brand new search, and I'm going to use the advanced search in this case because I want to make use of the date range filter, and that's not as easily available to me elsewhere. So in my advanced search, if you scroll down, you have your extra filters down at the bottom. So there's this one here for year, which is where you can limit down by date ranges. If you don't see that when you come into your advanced search, it might be that you've got your toggle onto the fewer options or more options. So just toggle between the two of those in order to see that option down at the bottom. Okay, and in my year, I want to create a filter for the last 5 years, anything published in the last 5 years. So I'm going to put 2019 and then anything from then onwards, so 2019 onwards. And I'm going to leave everything else empty within that search. So it's going to search the whole catalogue, but just apply that date filter. And I've come back with my results. So I haven't got many results here, considering, it covers the last 5 years, but that's because this, I'm using a sort of demo system without much sort of fresh new data within it. So that's why I'm not seeing that many results. I'm sure if you did the same search on your catalogue, you'd see far more results than that. But I'm going to save that as my filter. So I come in here, little pop-up box. First thing I choose is where I want this filter to appear. I'm going to say both on the OPAC and on the staff interface. And then I'm just going to give it a name. So I'm going to say published in the last 5 years. And save that. And now if I just go back to the beginning and run a fresh search, we should pick up that new filter. Okay, so you'll now see that I've got 2 custom search filters, one for the last 10 years, one for the last 5 years. I've got over 900 results coming back from this sort of simple search for just the keyword health. If I narrow it down to just 5 years, it's going to apply that date range filter. And actually you can see here where it's telling you exactly what the search is. It's showing that it's searching for 2019 onwards. I've only got 2 results. And you can see they've got very recent dates, 2024, 2023. And the same applies for the 10 years. It's just going to pull records back from that longer period. So because you don't, by default, you don't have a filter for date range within Koha searching, unless you use the advanced search. It's quite nice to have these. I thought it was quite a nice thing to show the ability to add sort of facets or filters for date ranges. Just to show you what that looks like in the OPAC as well, because I did make it visible in the OPAC. Again, here I've run my search for health, and you can see my custom search filters here where I can narrow down to those years. If you did want to use the saved searches for this purpose, for dates, you might not be familiar with how to create date ranges within the advanced search. So within the Koha manual, there is actually a section that lists out the sort of syntax you need to create different date searches. So it's in the searching chapter. Under advanced searching, you'll find that list of how to create your date range searches if you're not familiar with that. If I go back to the staff interface, just the final thing to show you is where you can manage these search filters once you've got them set up. So under administration, there is an area, once you've got some of these created, you have a search filters area where they're all listed out and you can make edits to them and also delete any that you don't need anymore. So you don't need to use this just for date ranges. They don't need to be used just as sort of extra facets or filters. You can create standalone saved searches for anything that you might want, particular subject areas, types of material, anything really that you can create an advanced search for, you can save as a saved search and reuse it. So the URL that's created can be used in on other web pages or in newsletters, that kind of thing. So they're very sort of versatile and flexible. Okay, and that's all I had to show you today. So I hope you found that useful. I hope you can think of lots of ways that you could maybe use saved searches within your own libraries. And yeah, please have a look at some of our other videos on YouTube as well. Lots of helpful hints and other things to play around with and try out on Koha, Aspen and our other systems. So thank you very much.